Hey guys, welcome back to another video where today we are going to be talking about the evolutions of the Shelby Mustang. So if you guys don't remember last video, I checked out all the Ford Mustangs. So if you have missed that video, go definitely check it out in the top right corner. Confusing. So let's jump right into it. So Mr. Carl Shelby, he was the founder of Shelby. He made Shelby. He started off the business. He is a legend. He was a legend. So how did it all start off? So when Mr. Carl Shelby, since he was very young, he was obsessed with cars and speed. Like he loves cars, he loves speed, and when he grew up to be the coolest thing ever. A racing driver, a legit racing driver, and that's so cool. So he had some health problems unfortunately, and because of those health problems he could not race anymore because it was a bit too much for him. So he retired from racing, and he still had that big passion for cars. So what he did was he went and took the AC Cobra, and he literally went in and just went crazy with it. He customized himself. And he went up to Ford and Dodge and all these different companies and showed them like, this is what I can do. And he made a very, very cool and exciting partnership with Ford. We all know what Ford is. So that's where this whole story begins. So let's talk about cars. So the first gen, the GT350, debuted in 1965, just a year after the original Mustang came out. The car had a 4.7 liter Windsor V8 giving 271 horsepower. Now at that time that was a lot, but it's like more race focused. It wasn't much about daily driving like the Mustang was. It wasn't about touring or anything. It was just mainly focused on the track. So what it gave you was just one color, white with racing stripes, and mind you, this was one of the first cars ever with racing stripes, so that's a cool fact. And it didn't have any back seats, it just had one color. There was lots of cabin noise, but it was still a great sounding V8. So this was the first of the first. And there are many variations like the G350H, the G350R, the G500, which I'll talk about in a second. But they all had one thing in common: speed and power. Oh, and that aggressive mean look. The grill just looks great on those things. I just love it. So the GT500 was basically, it looked like similar to the GT350, but it had a 427 engine in it instead of a Windsor V8. There was also a new version of the G350, the G350H, and the H stood for HERTZ. HERTZ is a car rental company, and they were selling most of the Shelbys out, so they made a special version. And what was most special about this car was its appearance. It only came in one color. I want it. Black with gold stripes. Okay, but actually it looked pretty good. I'll show you on screen. So yeah, it looked okay. It looked nice. See, only 85 very, very special and rare models were made with manual transmissions, and then Hertz and Ford were like, see, automatic's just better, man. Just sad life, it's better. So the rest of all the Hertz cars were all automatic. So if you've got a manual transmission Hertz, you're lucky. So in 1968, the cars also got some upgrades. Like the GT350 got a bigger engine, 4.9 liters instead of 4.7, and the GT500 got a Cobra Jet V8 instead of just like the normal 47 V8. So that's they bumped that up as well. And that was basically it for 1968. 1969, now they just made the car a bit longer, and yeah, basically that's it. They just made the car a bit longer and just carried out in that model till 1985, and that was it. And then they took a long break, like I mean a huge break, and returned back in 2007. In 2007 they returned once again, and this time they collabed with Ford's SVT team, and they made the craziest and best and all-time crazy returns of all, the SVT Cobra. And it was like a really sick car, right? Probably sick. So what basically it was an all aluminum, it was an all iron block V8 modular 5-liter modular V8, which gave you around 500 horsepower. But the thing was, it was all iron, and they put that in to the car. The car had tons and tons of downforce. Had nice rear wing and nice downforce everywhere. And the car handled like a charm.
Well, yes, but actually no.
Yeah, but then the thing I told you about the iron V8, it was so heavy because it was a front-ended car. It added more weight to the front of the car, making the handling a bit crazy, basically. And the car didn't handle very well. That's when the 2010 model came out. The 2010 model had an all aluminum block V8, so it was much lighter. It was better for handling, and if it was much lighter, it was higher top speed. So yeah, and because they added the all aluminum V8, they must have lost some horsepower. No, they added horsepower because they're legends, baby. So yeah, the 2007-2009 model were like around only 10,000 were made each year, so around 30,000. So they were really limited, man, very limited. So it was like a crazy car. Jumping back 2008 for a second here. In 2008, some of you may remember this TV series called Knight Rider. It was like this really cool thing. So basically, Knight Rider was this like AI sort of thing planted inside of a Mustang GT500, and it was inside of the GT500. And since they were like, the car could do anything, like from being attack mode to race car driver to whatever, and since it could transform to whatever, though the director really liked Mustangs, so he used many Mustangs. This is obviously they made a special edition. They made the GT500 KR, and that's for Knight Rider, and it was a pretty sick car. It looked a bit different from normal GT500. It had some special badges here and there. It was very limited production. But yeah, it was like really sick. I loved that thing. It looked great. It looked a bit different, but I loved it. Jumping back to 2012. Yeah, remember I told you they changed it to an all aluminum block V8? Yeah, they added horsepower. Just when you thought my Mustang can't get any more powerful, it's like 530 horsepower, man, that's crazy. Yeah, no, that wasn't crazy at all. Compared to the 2012 GT500, that car had a 5-liter V8 that gave you 662 horsepower. You heard that right, 662 horsepower. See, when most people, when they hear the words factory power, the first thing they think of is the Dodge Hellcat with 707 horsepower. But just keep in mind, Mr. Shelby did it first. 662 horsepower, man. Like, Man, that's crazy. You could do 0 to 60 in like a mind-boggling 3.5 seconds. 3.5 seconds. That is crazy. No words. Crazy. So in 2016, there was a literal return of the legend, the GT350. Yeah, the car had a 5-liter V8 and it gave you 526 horsepower. Now that was crazy, right? The car was literally crazy. It was nice, powerful, really nice and fun to drive. It looked great. I loved how it looked. The GT350R had no back seats. You heard that right. So no back seats. You had lots of stuff thrown out or replaced with carbon fiber, like such as the rims. The rims were different and they were more lightweight, better, way better for handling and better for the track as well. The car could do insane lap times, like insane, crazy. Now, if you ask me in terms of looks, which one looks better? The G350R with like its cool red accent. So like the G350 had like behind the Shelby logo, it had like a sort of grey background. I'll show you a picture on screen. And the R had no, like, if you look everywhere you look on the G350R, you will not see it'll just say G350. No G350R, just G350. One thing you can check to see if it's a 350R is that you go look at the accents. The accents will be red, right? All around the car will be red accents here and there, and that's how you know. And the big wheel wing as well. Now, of course, in terms of looks, I don't know, the rims and overall, I really like the G350. It's like nice and simple. Has like a small spoiler. It looks really nice and simple. Sort of still crazy fun to drive. Still can do nice crazy lap times. The G350R, crazy specs, crazy lap times. Just I don't know, man. Of course, there is a new Mustang coming out later around this year, so 2019, 2020, and that's gonna be called the GT500. The GT500 specs and performance are still unknown, unfortunately, but all we know and all we are sure about is that it's going to be a complete showstopper. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, of course comment down below which one was your favorite version of the Mustang. Mine has to be the original, the 1965. Looks good. So yeah, of course, comment down below, check out my the other Ford Mustang review, top right corner, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Xeyad, Ahmed out.